Previously on the Lineage of Moonreach. So we were with those three gods, and they sent us back in time, and we met up with various parents, not mine, but everyone else's. And they, I guess, Tomar's dad told us information about the lamp we had, so we took the lamp out, and then all of a sudden we were in this shadow place, and there was this diary, and it had some juicy information that I read. Oh, and I cleared Miralog's memory.
The D20 Syndicate presents The Lineage of Moonreach. Welcome back to the D20 Syndicate podcast. A weekly Dungeons & Dragons actual play 5e podcast. I am your host and DM, Seth. And around the table of the internet, we have our players.
I'm Billy, and I play Willem.
I'm Tomas, and I play Tomas.
I'm Lindsey, and I play Pinwin.
And I'm Michaela, and I play Gorbel.
That's right. Each week we record for your listening pleasure. And as we've mentioned, we are currently doing it the new way, where we are recording in our separate homes, and we're having a hell of a time with it. No, we're having a good time. It's actually kind of interesting to look at everyone through the medium of the internet, and yeah, everybody's so tiny.
One thing that I am bummed about, as far as podcasts are concerned, are the different mediums don't have that much option to leave comments in general. It's only so many apps that allow you to do that. But whatever you're listening on, dear listener, figure it out. Leave a comment.
Yeah.
Yes, and keep rating us as well. We love the ratings. Give us a 5-star. If not a 5-star, don't rate us at all. And
yes. We're Fraser Crane, and you're listening.
Why is there not a Frasier podcast where Kelsey Grammer is just Frasier?
Man.
Like doing his actual Frasier job?
Yeah. I mean, they have a Ron Burgundy podcast where he's just Ron Burgundy.
I feel like that's probably terrible.
Probably.
I've actually heard that one is annoying because they have so many like ads and sponsors that they're constantly mentioning.
Sucks.
And that was the only thing I heard when it first came out, and that's all I've heard.
Yeah.
Well, you don't have
he
to
wouldn't
worry
even
about
have to
that
be
here.
doing psychiatry or anything like that. Like, if it were him just being Frasier, though, I would tune in.
Yeah, just giving advice, but like they amend it at the beginning of each episode. Like, he is not an actual doctor.
I didn't watch Frasier. I don't know why you're talking about.
You need to watch Frasier. It's a good ass show. Anybody who disagrees, shut up.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I agree with that. If they disagree, that I don't agree.
Here we go again.
Some people put on The Office just to have in the background. We put on Frasier.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
It's a good voice to listen to. There are a lot of good voices on that show.
I don't know what to do with those salads
and scrambled eggs.
I heard.
We're gonna get sued.
Edit that part out.
I'll leave it.
It was less than 10 seconds or whatever. Actually, I heard that's also not
false.
real. Yeah, you can literally play like a fraction of a second of
Did that
any
change?
song.
No,
it was just a
never
common
true.
like mythology.
It was like an internet urban myth, urban legend.
You're safe as long as you keep it under 10 seconds. It's like you can't get pregnant from the tip.
The average person swallows 7 spiders in their sleep a year.
All bullshit.
All bullshit.
But you know what's not bullshit? The hot nuggets of wisdom from the D20 Syndicate podcast, which you're listening to right now. We're listening, caller.
I thought you were gonna
this episode is brought to you by Porsche.
I thought you were actually gonna succeed in a good segue and not just pop it back to the stupid shit we were just saying.
Absolutely not.
Okay. I don't know what I expected.
Well, while
We've known each other for like 20 years now. Like, you should know better.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, let's get to tonight's Around the Campfire question. Tonight's Around the Campfire question comes you straight from the mind of Lindsey.
Yes, we're doing it.
Yeah, we're switching it up. So, For tonight's Around the Campfire question, I'm going to ask, what do you smell like? Pinwin.
You know, it's funny because I came up with a question, but I didn't think of my answer.
I feel like Pinwin would smell sticky.
How do you smell sticky?
Have you ever ridden the school bus?
Touche.
It does smell sticky.
All right, Pinwin, what do you smell like?
So, I smell. First of all, I'm going to preface this by saying I smell good. Just so that's made clear. I smell probably a little bit earthy, considering I grew up in trees, and I also like to roll around on the ground.
One of my favorite pastimes.
It's a hobby of mine, and
you got to have a side hustle, I guess.
yeah. And also probably a hint of alcohols. Unless I get to bathe a lot, but most of the time we are kind of traveling, and bathing's hard coming. So I take what I can get, and then yeah, I don't know. I think maybe he would have come. I don't know. We've never bought cologne or anything.
Wow,
Would they have cologne then?
I mean, there's
Yeah.
there's like potpourris, colognes, perfumes.
Probably wolf fur.
I know what. And then I also had some concoction of good smells that came from different leaves in Shadeholm, and I keep it in a jar, and I just kind of rub it on me. And so, yeah, I smell good.
All right. Thank you, Pinwin.
You're welcome.
Gorbel, what do you smell like?
On top of my sort of unbathed aroma, I smell like the perfume that Let made me.
What does that smell like?
It smells a little bit like rosemary, a little like bergamot. It's kind of woodsy and natural smelling, not very sweet.
Smells like victory.
Smells like Tomar's mom, huh? Bergamot. That was her name.
Oh. My eyes don't get
It's
Bagging with.
a smell, not a name.
Oh, okay. Sorry. My mistake. Who am I? Who
His
knows?
mom is not in the perfume, Seth.
Oh, okay. That does make sense.
I mean,
See,
we
when
did
I
take
was
some of
I
her
was
ashes.
thinking different.
Yeah, I was thinking of the movie Perfume with Alan Rickman, where the guy kills people and then uses their bodies to make perfumes with them.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, you never seen? Oh,
No.
you should watch Perfume.
Spoilers.
Move on.
We should watch Perfume. It's fun.
Willem, what do you smell like?
I prepared something.
Just he takes out a giant scroll. Item number 1.
Close your eyes and walk deep into the woods until you stumble upon a rustic old cabin. As you walk up to it and open the door and step inside, you're instantly greeted with a warm, smoky, deep scent. You glance around the room and notice a rich birchwood floors are covering the entire cabin and lightly covered with golden hay. You see and smell a candle burning on the table next to a chair. It smells ever so slightly of cinnamon, and then you immediately decide to walk over and sit down in the warm old leather chair and notice a glass of ginger citrus scented rum sitting on a solid sandalwood table, and leaning against the glass is a briarwood pipe filled with fresh tobacco. You tilt your head back and take a deep breath, drawing it all in. Welcome to Willem.
Nice.
Wow.
That was real nice. Why don't you have a point of boon for that?
This is
It's a really
Axe, the Phantom.
long way of saying it smelled like Irish Spring.
Douche
I
your
thought-
sweaty band hoodie with Axe Phantom.
I 100% was convinced that you were going to lead us through all that, and then be like, and in the corner, there's a guy who smells like cheese. Welcome to Willem.
In the corner is Aster bathing with blue cheese.
Now you know my horror.
Well, Willem at least smells a little bit like cheese because you don't just have your hand covered in cheese for that long without repercussions.
You did have your hand covered in cheese.
It doesn't not leave a stain on your soul.
A smell stain, no matter how many times you wash that hand, man.
Tomar.
I would imagine like a mixture of burnt metal of some kind, some sweat, some nutmeg, some rum, some milk.
Yeah, old milk.
Slightly spoiled milk
yeah,
from my beard.
Yeah.
And yeah, and sulfur, like a bunch of unpleasant stuff with a hint of sweet.
Really
basically,
painted a great picture.
basically like my personality.
He's like, I don't know why people don't like talking to me.
Maybe that's why Hazel doesn't let you sleep at home.
Maybe.
Ooh, that's a shout out to our patrons.
Yes.
Content.
Oh yeah, if
Yes.
you want to hear that content, you're gonna have to fucking suck it up and drop some money, motherfuckers.
All right. Well, that is wonderful of you all to tell me how you smell, and the viewers now know what to spray in their listening space when they listen to this podcast.
Don't buy the
we do
Tomar
this?
candle.
Why didn't we do this earlier?
It just
My
explodes.
lawyer advised me to tell people do not buy this.
It just casts wall of fire in their house.
All right, let's get started.
Shit. Okay.
So-
I would like to address something, by the way. At the end of this past episode, we were all caught up in like theorizing without like fully absorbing the content in which that journal was being given to us in.
A couple people were. Some of us were just sitting here confused by you.
Well, Billy's the one who said the thing that changed my mind completely because my mind was on
Blaming Billy.
I was on a whole different track, and then he was like, "Is Mandoran all of our dads?" And I was like, "Wait, maybe." And then that's where we all kind of left
Which
off.
originally I was like, this is Gorm, right? And you were like, nah. And I'm like, okay.
My dad would never cheat on my mom.
I think I said, I don't know, because when I'm hearing this stuff like firsthand, like the first time I hear it, then I'm like, I don't know what the fuck they're saying. Like, I'm thinking about what
That's
happens
why we ended
next.
up where we did.
Yeah.
Because we were all like, wait, is the Loch Ness Monster everybody's dad?
So I'm sure if you listened to the last episode, you were probably like, you fucking idiots, that's not Mandorian. We know.
Did Sputnik get Santa pregnant?
Again?
Frasier's coming back? What?
I got a tweet about this.
No.
They're rebooting Firefly on Yahoo?
Oh man, that'd be unfortunate.
Yeah.
We reread at least I reread the journal. It was Gorm's journal, and there are some implications in there that are really interesting. So yeah.
Yeah.
Your dad was a dirty dog.
Yeah, he was.
yeah.
Kind of like my real dad.
This game thing again.
Yeah.
Like when does it stop?
I don't know.
Imitating each other.
I'm gonna turn into Tomar eventually.
Do we have that journal up on the website?
No, but we can by the time that episode comes out, which it hasn't yet.
Yeah, so in that case, if you want to peruse yourself and you think that you have a good grasp on it, there are some key components in there that may have slipped by the radar of our players who are obviously
Stupider than you.
over-encumbered with book learning. But yeah, we'll have that up there. You guys can browse it and let us know what you think. Let's see what your craziest theory is. But yeah, let's get into this. So, you guys are in a completely shadowy void, and this book has just been read, and suddenly that blue flame from before appears.
Do we have wands this time?
You do not. Suddenly, you all feel yourselves disappear.
How do we feel like we disappear?
You feel like your body is slowly dissolving.
Oh,
You've seen
Jesus.
Avengers. Spoilers.
I don't feel so good, Mr. Toma.
Mr. Moon. Yeah, you guys disappear.
The end.
Tomar and Gorbel, You
Yeah.
find yourselves
Oh God.
in a field of flowers.
That
Oh,
sounds
shit.
okay. That's okay. It's a good one. It's a good place.
Are we standing? Are we prostrate?
You guys are standing in a field of flowers.
What kind of flowers?
Multicolored flowers.
Take those
tulips and petals. It looks extremely familiar to you. I said petals, but I did not mean to say petals.
Various
tulips,
bike petals.
tulips and carnations. You can see multiple colored petals. Some of the flowers themselves have different colors on each petal. You recognize this from the last time you were here and from where you left Lewin. As you look around, slowly, you see from the distance a bright shimmering specter approaches. And you see Lewin walking towards you. And wherever she walks, the flowers grow right next to her feet.
I nudge Tomar as I see this, and I say, "Do we still call her Lewin, or do we call her something else?"
I'm right now. Tomar is looking around to see if he sees Pinwin or Willem.
Pinwin and Willem are not there. It's just the two of you.
Gorbel, you can still call me Lewin.
Oh my God, you could hear that?
I can hear everything here.
I would assume, right? Yeah?
I like how you answered it so certainly.
Just go with it. Just go.
She's just getting into
Just-
character.
No kidding.
Hopefully she didn't hear me fart just now.
Everything, Tomar.
She made you fart.
Lewin, did you bring us here?
I knew you were coming, but I didn't send you here. But while you are here, I need to tell you something, and we don't have much time.
We don't have much time.
We don't have much time. Okay, you have a duty.
She did hear it, Tomar.
Oh, God damn it, we're children. We're never gonna fucking backdoors and duties.
I read that, and in my brain I laughed.
And then you laughed out of your brain.
So the duty is this, okay? The fates have deemed that it's your time to roll the bones.
What?
Okay. These are those who live in every generation. Fate hath bestowed them with purpose, and they shall always be intertwined in every generation. There are 20 fate runes, and they are all inexorably bound. I cannot tell you who these are, only where they may be, as it is the duty of the principal rune to seek them out.
And at that, in the air above you, you see a stone, it appears, large, about the size of your head, Tomar. And it's multifaceted. In fact, one might be able to say that it was polyhedral in shape. 20 sides has this stone.
Would you kindly roll the stone?
And it floats directly in between the two of you.
I look at Gorbel like, I kind of want to roll it.
Do we roll it together, or?
It's the size of my head.
I mean, I could do it myself.
Just so you know, you can only roll it 4 times.
Oh, boy.
What are we rolling for exactly?
Initiative?
I can't say. And time is short, that's all I can tell you.
Are these the bones we're supposed to roll?
Yes.
So if we roll it 4 times, then you want to split halvesies?
Okay.
I
Do
mean,
you want to do like an even odd thing, or like
there's 2 of us
first
here
two
for a
you-
reason. I mean, I don't know. Would you maybe take turns? Zigzag it?
Yeah, maybe. Okay, can I be odds? I like odds.
You just want to go first. And
We
I
can
like
put
it. Go for it.
Okay. I'd pick up the Tomar head-sized thing,
I picture it like the shape of my head for some reason.
and I dropped it by
And
accident.
what's the number?
4.
4? Okay. Above you guys appears a symbol, and it's a crown symbol.
The namesake rune. The glorious crown of the elven sonnets, namesake of the first elves, always a herald of the enclave. They will be the fated form that one borrows the names of, and their name or unique traits borrowed.
What was the name of the rune?
The namesake rune.
Meek, are you writing this down?
And I'll send you these guys. Just
Good.
these
Because I see the pencil moving, and I'm like, God, please write it down. My hands are...
Actually,
Again.
it's very possible it could be butts.
to mitigate time constraints, I'm going to post it in chat. You're still going to read them, Lindsey, but
Okay.
that way everybody can see it. Okay, that's the first one.
And we're not adding anything to the roll, right?
Correct.
11.
11.
Big ass
supposed to be
titty
a good
rune. Bunch of big ass titties fall from the sky.
Hot, naked, big-titted women don't just fall from the sky, you know.
Gear.
The Battle Minds rune. The twins in the elven lore were two souls bound as siblings, sometimes in blood, sometimes only in fate. They were two incredibly gifted tacticians.
This doesn't make sense, but continue.
It will in time.
So Gorbel rules.
Son of a bitch, that's 4 again.
Roll again.
16.
Wow, you rolled good for once.
It might matter.
16.
The incredibly bad rune. You're fucked.
Immediate death.
The Shade rune. The Shade bears the ability to jump from shadow to shadow. The one who bears this rune is doomed to never hold a true form.
What?
Are we doing this to ourselves? Are we fucking ourselves?
We're perusing ourselves, and we're getting a firm grasp upon it.
13.
13.
That sounds like a lucky number, if I ever heard one.
It's actually
my lucky
not.
number.
It is death. You are dead.
The Homeward rune. A glorious tree. In elven lore, the trees are home and they are shelter. The one who bears this rune is typically someone that the principal rune can rely on above all else.
Okay, so
And
What the fuck?
and
These
as
all sound
Lewin-
like they're like relevant to each of us.
As that one disperses, the flowers begin to start to disperse around you guys very slowly.
Wait, what's happening?
These runes are those you must find. I wish we had more time to talk about more. I miss you all so much.
Are you
We
okay?
miss you too. Where do we find them?
I can't answer these, but time is short, and you'll find out soon.
Do you have anything you want me to say to Willem?
Just take care of Willem, keep him on a good path, continue to do what you can to save the world. Bye!
And with that, everything disperses.
There's
Willem.
a lot of dispersing happening.
Willem, you find yourself still in the dark, shadowy place, but there's a light off in the distance. It doesn't seem to be moving.
there's a light on in Chicago.
Lewin.
Shut up.
I thought you dispersed.
I thought you fucking dispersed already. Just fucking spurse.
Did any of you listen to Fall Out Boy?
No, move along.
God.
Just checking.
In this darkness, are my feet planted firmly on anything?
Yeah, but it's you can't see. It almost looks like just shadow that you're walking on, not the wolf. Just, shadows.
All right, well, I'm gonna try and head towards the light. This
You
is it,
head-
guys.
You head towards the light. Slowly, the shapes become more clear. It almost looks, as you're approaching it, as though it's a room, a singular room, isolated by all of these shadows. You can also see beyond the room, there's a shaft of moonlight coming from somewhere, though you cannot see the moon beyond. The room is ornate, very austere looking. There's lots of extravagant furniture in there, very well carved tables, chairs, a resting couch with plump velvet pillows, and there's a table with 2 chairs sitting on either side. In one of the chairs is a woman. She has longish, pale blue hair and a very, very pretty face.
The fish.
She looks very familiar to you, though you haven't seen her, well, until recently, in years. You're looking at Gorbel's mother.
Ooh.
Goddamn.
It's a fish.
As you approach, she looks up and smiles. Hello, Willem.
The fish, I presume.
I am the fish, yes. How are you?
I've been better.
I apologize for the way that I'm approaching, but I can only speak to you because you're the only one that exists in just this timeline. Anyone else I would talk to or interact with, of your friends, including Gorbel, it would undo everything.
Well, that's unfortunate. I'm sure you'd much rather be speaking with her.
Don't take offense, but yes, she is my daughter, and I have not seen her in so long.
That's why I assumed as much.
But didn't have to say that. Damn.
Rude ass fish. Fucking rude.
I have some things to say to you. You may ask some questions, but our time is short. I can only hold this for a little longer.
Why is our time always short?
We don't have tall time.
One of the things I must tell you, Willem, is there is a traitor close to you.
I knew it.
Group.
Kill Brom.
No.
Can
Pinwin.
you tell me how close and who the traitor is?
No.
That would be fantastic.
I do not know who the traitor is, but long ago I had a vision of you and Tomas, a small halfling, and Gorbel at a party. It seems like you were having a good time. Everybody was
Kung Fu
enjoying it, and everyone was laughing and drinking, and all of you seemed to be the center of attention. And then everything turned sour, and everyone began to get slaughtered, including all of you, right in the middle of the celebration. And that's where the vision ended. I know that it had to be someone close to you because it was a smaller group, and I would imagine that only your closest allies would be invited to such an event.
Seth, you're in a red wedding us? In one timeline, I guess.
It's cool. We'll just never have banquets again.
Yeah, evidently we're just never go to a party. Are you able to describe the people that were there if you don't have names?
I was able to see shapes, mostly. It was a very unclear vision. I saw a man with long hair with a snake. I saw a man with curly, like straw-colored hair, tall, thin. I saw a few other indistinct shapes, but it didn't seem like those were the people that were involved in the slaughter. I'm not sure, but I would say that is in your best interest to be careful with who you trust.
Do we trust anyone?
Water is wet.
We trust people?
Another thing I must tell you is you must retrieve my ring. It has a raven on it. It's made of stone, and it is magical. You must use this ring to open the hiding place that I have put inside of the house I lived in Moonreach. That is something important.
Yeah, we did come across that, and we tried to replicate it, but it didn't work.
It would not work to replicate. It is very old magic.
Any ideas as to the whereabouts of the ring?
I love though Billy asks these questions knowing full well that whoever it is he's talking to is going to be like, the vision was cutting out at that point. So.
I was going through a tunnel. Reception was poor.
I was changing channels right when they showed me where the ring
But
was.
I mean, if I don't ask that, I'm a fucking idiot, right?
Right.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yes.
one of your...
But I somehow end up feeling like a fucking idiot anyway. That's the magic.
You're welcome.
That's the magic of talking to Seth.
Well, you stupid piece of shit. Here you go.
Why would I know where my own fucking ring is, dummy?
Why would I tell you? Why would I know where the thing is that I'm telling you to find?
I'm only half omnipotent.
My ring was left in the care of Mandorin, and I believe he gave it to a member of your party.
Oh, shit. Is it the Herstag ring?
Fuck.
Yeah.
Yes.
We burned him.
We didn't grab all of his goods first?
Who
Didn't
swept
grab
the
that good.
Herstag pile?
It's just there's just like a gnome just like looking at it in the
Dirt
light.
devil.
Yeah.
He's just got a dirt devil. Oh.
I'm gonna hawk this immediately in another town and never tell anyone.
I assume since it's stone and magical, it couldn't be destroyed by fire.
That would be unlikely. No.
Great.
It
so,
also summons a weapon, a sword.
I see. Well, I know this isn't your problem, but I'm pretty sure we're gonna have to dig through the remains of our friend Herstag to get that ring.
She seems kind of sad. I can understand. That can be unsettling.
He also left his sword in the fucking Midland Wilds.
The cursed sword?
Yeah, he just fucking buried it there in a random place.
Because it was cursed as fuck.
Yeah, but we could have uncursed it. But he just put it there and then left it as is. I'm like, what are you doing, Elijah? But
The uncursification was unclear.
I don't know.
I think he uncursed himself because the sword cursed him.
It kind of
Yeah.
just seemed like putting the shotgun away in the item chest when you knew you're gonna like face a boss,
Have a boss
in the next
fight.
room. Yeah. I was like, no, man, don't do it. But, yeah.
I have created this section, this pocket of time, so that I could talk to you, and so that the others have a moment of respite, because what lies beyond this will be very difficult.
Been hearing that a lot for a long time now.
Well, hopefully it has not caused you undue stress and harm.
Lots
But-
of stress, lots of harm, but at this point, this is like the baseline, so we're used to it.
Then it might be easier. I'm glad that I have a chance to explain some of these things to you so that you can impart this, especially to Gorbel.
Find the ring. It's a raven ring. It's magic. It's stone. Be careful who we trust, but don't know who. Don't go to parties. Got it.
There's more.
All right. Watch out for clouds shaped like bunnies.
How did you know? Someone's been reading my diary.
Everybody's got a fucking diary.
I have the ability, if you were not able to tell, to warp and control time to a certain magnitude.
Pop, pop.
I learned this ability from Benelok.
What?
Are you and Benelok friends?
Not exactly.
Are you fuck
He
buddies?
was my master at the Tower of Wisdom.
What?
At the time, me and the others did not understand that that's exactly what he was. We just thought he was a very powerful mage that was able to help us advance our abilities. He chose a select group of us, and he did train us. But we didn't know he was pretending to be an instructor, and we found out that he was there only under that guise to have access to the arcane library in the Tower of Wisdom.
What was his name
Benelok?
that he went by?
He went by Master Oceanbinder.
Oceanbinder.
Yeah, that sounds familiar. I don't remember though.
Oceanbinder.
Remember, Tomas?
There were
Fuck.
there were several of us, including one claiming to be a cousin of his. Well, he claimed to be a cousin, of the pupil, Delane Oceanbinder. He became a good friend of mine. But when we discovered what he was trying to do, he tried to kill us. There was another pupil under us, or with us, and that was the one you've probably learned of by now, named Aro.
Yeah, unfortunately. Sounds like your class was full of bad apples.
Well, there were a few, but there was also Cog. He became a good friend of mine as well. And during the battle where Benelok tried to kill us, Cog was able to recoil his magic and rebounded it on him and sent who is now called the Master to a different plane. And we were able to seek out, through learning more about Aro and Benelok, Mandoran in the past. And I was able to bring him to this timeline.
Isn't Cog Herstag's?
Yes. The satyr guy.
Yeah.
This is all extremely confusing. I'm very confused.
This
by
is
what
some
you're
Harry
saying.
Potter, we all went to school together shit.
The night you just saw, where we were in the cave, just after that, from that memory, for me, but for reality for you, we were attacked. We were attacked by Aro. He was trying to exact some purpose that we did not learn until later. But we were saved by someone. We have no idea who it was, because once the smoke cleared, both Aro and whoever our savior was gone.
I think you need to get us back to that point in time.
It's possible.
Where are Gorbel and Tomar? Where's Pinwin?
They are in a separate pocket. I had to keep them out because if I were to interact with them...
No, I
it would
know,
be the
but
undoing.
where are they?
They're in between time right now.
So you know where they are, and you can get them, along with me, back
I can
to
send
where and when we were.
I can send you to them. I will get to that next portion in just a moment. I have to let you know that I stayed as one of the Master's pupils, but not of my own accord, even after all of that. He bound me by a curse.
This is getting Red Shoe Diaries.
But even after he was gone, and I learned of his plans, I was able to see into his mind. I learned who Aro truly was, his true nature. But I kept my own nature separate from him. But I was also able to peer into the other timelines, and I saw what the Master did to Gorbel and Tomar, and I saw what they did to their timeline, and why Aro was so mad, so furious and full of vengeance that he would transfer timelines just to seek his revenge. But the Master was the one who originally set that course in motion. In that timeline, he had bound Tomar, Gorbel, and the others, making one of them into his chrysalis. And with that, the entire timeline was disrupted, and they became of evil fate, and they ravaged the world for years, tearing it apart, and it was a hellscape. So I do not blame Aro for that, but I do not think it was appropriate or moral for him to cross timelines to seek revenge on those who didn't even accomplish what they had in a previous timeline. We wanted to stop that from happening. I told the others. I told Gorm and Violet, your mother Lagaya, and Mandoran, who began to masquerade as the soldier, Harkin Blackheart. I informed them of what the Master truly desired, which was to bind someone from Moonreach into a chrysalis so that he could open the gateways, open and release the great adversary. Because if he can do that in all of the timelines, then he truly has complete and total control. So we made a bargain with he who sits on the throne of vines. And the bargain was that he would use some of his remaining strength to cleanse our children of their fate in this timeline. But one would need to be sacrificed and become the new ruler of the vines once the time came. He purified your souls, all of you, with a shard of the Nightmare Diamond that he placed in each of you. The night that you just witnessed was us giving the offer to he who sits on the throne of vines and placing the item in the well.
So we all have a shard of the Nightmare Diamond in us.
One of the Nightmare Diamonds, yes. I don't know how many there are. There are a few.
So I'm gonna purify you with some pure evil.
The item that we placed in the well was a vial. And it was a vial containing a sample of all of your blood. That's how he who sits on the throne of vines was able to bind shards of the Nightmare Diamond to you. He said it would take a few years, but eventually, once the ritual was complete, he would summon you and purify you. We did not know who the sacrifice would be that would have to sit on the throne after him, but in order to save your fates, we felt it was completely and totally necessary to do so.
So I'm sure you're aware that you unwittingly sacrificed Lewin at this point, since you sent Tomar and Gorbel to another pocket. I'm assuming Pinwin, where do we know? Can you tell me where they are?
Gorbel and Tomar are with Lewin at the moment. Pinwin, well, I don't know where Pinwin is, which leads
Lost
me to believe
Okay.
something more powerful than myself has taken Pinwin.
Okay. Great. Now, the vial that you gave them that had our blood in it, was it this vial?
It was. She looks at it and nods. It's that exact vial.
I'd recognize that vial anywhere. It isn't a Dollar General vial.
It's a Dollar Tree vial. Very
Exclusive. Yeah.
Apothecary tree.
I created this bubble of time to wait out so that I could give you this information and a few items to aid you.
Okay.
I created this to stop my own death because the master, his curse was to inflict me with vampirism. It was too far gone, and I could not bear the idea of succumbing to that fate. So rather than become a vampire, I put myself into this time lock so that I could hold it off. Time does not exist here in this space. But I knew that if I allowed myself to walk on the material plane with that curse, I would never be able to deliver this message or these items to you. I want you to do me a favor, Willem. You have the Master's Mask.
Coincidentally, I do.
I want you to send me to the sunlight plane with that mask.
Ooh. Ooh. Sizzle, sizzle. Lemon drizzle.
The only way that I can rid myself of this vampirism. If you do, and I hope that you do, I have gifts for you. And she holds a glittering red stone.
Yoink!
This,
I turn invisible. I walk behind her.
Jack that shit and fuck off.
this is the final memory of Mandoran. He left it in my care to give to you.
It's just a POV of them banging.
Has the Pornhub stamp and everything. So let me get this straight. You all conspire in this clandestine plan to essentially sacrifice one of us unwittingly to become a god to try and save the entire world, quite possibly all the worlds, from falling into Benelok and the great adversary's clutches. And now you're gonna heed my progress in doing so under the ultimatum of killing you?
You may have these whether you agree to it or not, but I hope that you will. And she hands you the stone. And she also takes off a necklace that was in her robes. And it kind of turns, and you can see the light touch it, and it has a raven symbol on it. Give this to Gorbel. It has 3 charges. After that, it will be magical no more, but it will allow for a little bit of time travel. What little amount of power I have left, I imbued into this necklace. Give this to her. And tell her I love her and that I'm so proud of her. And I know she'll do great things.
Is there anything else that we need to know?
That is the information that I have. I'm sure if there's anything else you need to know, it will come along. Mandoran's a smart man. And this was all of our plan. We all conspired, as you say, to do this. And we all knew that it would be hard to forgive us for it. But the group of you are the only ones who are able to do this.
Is there anything else that you want me to tell Gorbel or anybody else?
Just to find the ring. There's a little bit more information inside the hiding place.
All right.
I don't think much more would help or matter right now. Tell her I'm sorry.
I am too. And I put the mask on. And
when you put the mask on, you see like a branching, like roots of a tree, and you can see like different colored lights all over, as if to emphasize different planes. One of the lights is kind of slowly like, breathing almost, like dimming and
pulsating.
Pulsating, that's the word I'm looking for. And you can assume that that's the one you were on. And as you focus and think, sunlight plane, you can see another light gets brighter and starts pulsating.
Dude, please tell me Leothandra is like this universe's version of the Dark Tower. Just the fucking apex tree dimension root system that connects the planes of the multiverse. That would be so cool.
We gotta go to her with the Horn of Eld.
Suck on it instead of blow. He sucked on the Horn of Eld.
Tastes like Nesquik. All right, so I lock eyes with, or lock onto the sunlight plane.
Mm-hmm.
And I look back at the fish. I just kind of extend a hand as to
she reaches out to touch your hand.
and I grab it. I tell her, "Thank you,"
Thank you.
and I send her.
and she disappears. And then the world around you starts to fade, Willem, get darker and darker. And you feel yourself being very gently yanked into the darkness.
A gentle yanking.
Pinwin.
I hope I don't have to make decisions again.
You absolutely will. The most important ones.
You find yourself on a thin plane of glass-like structure in front of 3 thrones. You're in front of the dais where Ela, Erulan, and Neff were. But now, only Erulan, only Ela sits on the throne.
Elo is the head honcho in the middle throne.
She regards you, a sparkling beam of white, and then she lifts her hand and beckons you toward her.
I'll move forward. Why am I back here again? Where's everybody?
She keeps beckoning you forward.
I'm moving. I'm just like,
Pinwin is so easy to destroy. It's like, come on.
come here, little buddy.
She keeps beckoning you to you until you are less than a few feet away. And then she stands. And she leans down next to you and whispers in your ear. Then she sits back down and disappears.
What?
Behind you, you hear footsteps. And you turn around, and Erulan is standing there.
Hello, Pinwin.
Hi.
You have received Erulan's voice.
What? What does that mean?
It is a powerful gift that is only bestowed very rarely. But this gift is dangerous. You can only use it once, because the voice of Erulan is strong enough to shatter a plane. If you choose not to use it, if you so choose. But it is your decision to make. You can only speak one word in Ela's voice. Any more than that would shatter the entire plane that you currently are on, and perhaps even more. But one word is powerful enough to destroy anything in your path, as long as you direct the voice to that thing. This is a gift not to be taken lightly, and it is powerful.
Yeah, that sounds powerful. Why would you give that to me?
You are not of the village below, the village that we once dwelled in. Though there is something tying you there, something. Perhaps it is your relationship ties to your friends who are from there. We could not give this gift to them, it would destroy them.
Oh.
But you could, if you chose.
Okay. So, when I use the voice, would it destroy me?
Depending on where you direct it. If you directed it at yourself,
Whoops.
it could destroy you. The power inside of an individual depends. Some are weaker than others. Some could speak the word, and it could be their unmaking. So you must be sure you need to use it.
Okay. Wow. Thank you. Wow.
You're welcome.
Where's everybody?
You will be with them soon.
They're okay?
They are okay. Here in the Moonlight Plain, we are aware of all.
Oh, man.
Do you have any final questions for me?
I have so many, but I
I will
can't
allow
think
you
of
to ask one.
Do you have any other question for me?
What do you smell like?
them. Yeah, that's what I go with.
But choose quickly.
Oh no.
All these people have to get to a party at the same time.
Don't go to the party! I'm double parked. Please hurry.
Do you validate?
Shit, I can't think of anything. I just want to keep being like, can you tell me more information? Which is, I don't know.
Speak with your heart, Pinwin. What do you truly want to know?
Was that your question that you were going to ask the moons before?
What?
You had one question that you kept asking that you wanted to ask.
Probably that, yeah.
What do we need to know?
Mm-hmm.
Now's your chance. No one can
Yeah.
stop you.
Okay, what do we need to know in order to be successful in saving everything?
In order to answer that, I will ask you one question.
Okay.
What do you value above all else, Pinwin? Why do you join these whose fates are different than your own in every other timeline? This is the one timeline where your fates converge. Why do you do what you do?
Did you hear that?
Did you guys hear that?
Pinwin's
Wow.
in it for the puh.
Orion straight up farted on my hand. It's like,
That's how you know he loves you.
Well, I do it for love. And yeah,
For love? Of
Love.
whom?
all my friends and family and everyone.
Everyone? You understand that you cannot always save everyone, even those you love.
He understands.
Yeah.
I know this road has been difficult, perhaps for you most of all, Pinwin.
It has been difficult.
But you must steel yourself because things could potentially get much harder. And if things go in the way that they need to, they absolutely will get harder.
Okay.
So I will answer your question. Your friends have received the gift of fates and rolling the bones. They need to find those that match the descriptions of the bones that they have rolled. Fate exists in every epoch. And there are those that are chosen by the bones, those runes. They represent different people in the world, in the material plane, perhaps in others. But they exist for the purpose of helping towards the endeavor of the Enclave rune. All of you are the Enclave rune. That is your chosen designation, and Pinwin, this is the first time in any timeline that you have been a part of the Enclave rune. That is how we know your fate is different. But it has converged now, and your fate before, while separate, is now the same as your friends. They must find those that the runes have dictated. They must use the items given to them and the information, and they must, under all other circumstances, destroy that which dwells inside of the chrysalis and destroy the master.
Yeah. Okay.
If those demands are met, then I believe that you'll get the good ending.
not the dog ending.
That good shit.
You will get a good ending.
Okay. So. All right.
Turns out that was a good question to ask.
Destroy the chrysalis and the what?
Anyway, bye.
Plastic bag.
And he taps you on the shoulder, Pinwin, and all of a sudden, all four of you are standing in the shadowy plane again.
No, I didn't do it, Dad.
Wow!
Hey, are you okay?
Yeah, that was wild.
Did you guys stay here?
No.
No.
Where did you go?
Well, I went back to the gods, but not
What?
all of them. 2 of them?
Where was the other one?
I don't know.
What
I
happened?
didn't ask. That could have been my question.
What, you got a question?
Maybe she had to go to the bathroom.
You would think that gods would be able to build toilets into those things.
Yeah, but do they want to talk to people on toilets?
Why do they care? They're gods. What did they say to you, Pinwin?
Oh, well, one of them, Ela, whispered in my ear.
What did she say?
Something like that.
We all, our heads explode.
She's speaking parcel tongue?
Why didn't I ask how to use it? Shit. I don't know what
Hold
I'm
on.
doing.
Calm down. Explain this carefully.
Oh, no. Okay. I made an error, guys. Okay.
Pinwin, what happened?
So, was it Erulon, right? Okay.
Yes.
So, Erulon then appeared, and he told me that the whisper was the voice of Ela, and I can direct it to destroy a plane, or myself if I wanted to destroy myself. But I'm not gonna use it for that. That seems
Did you
silly.
say it only destroys a plane?
Okay, so Ela gave me the voice of Ela, and the voice of Ela has the power to destroy a plane. I can direct it at a plane of my choosing, or if I say more than one word, then I can destroy the plane that I'm on. But my dilemma is that Erlon let me ask him a question. I asked him if there was something that we needed to know. But I didn't ask him how to use that voice. So I don't know how to use it.
Is that power just to destroy a plane, or can you use it on something else?
He said I can direct that power at anything.
And
Any
it'll
one
destroy
thing. Yes. And he said that, to answer my question, he said we need to destroy the chrysalis, which we definitely
So it
do.
could be used on a chrysalis.
Probably. That'd probably be good.
I have
It'd be good if I knew how to use it. I didn't ask how to use it.
a thought.
Of how to
I shoot
use it.
Pinwin in the head.
When I was in the ethereal plane, and also this is Seth's fault because he's the one who had this happen, I faced off directly with the great adversary. And during that encounter, there was a book there that told me a power word that I could use to damage him. You guys might remember, not Willem, but you guys might remember our encounter with the Nightmare Diamond and Calcifer inside the temple. I had said that one word, and it does things. But when I used that word in the ethereal plane, it damaged the great adversary. It also damaged me too, but maybe it was because I wasn't meant to speak it.
Is it a word that... Can you tell us what the word is?
Can you write it down? Or spell it?
I can write it.
Without, like...
So the moon person, they gave you this power. They wanted you to have it, right?
Yeah, unless I gave it to someone else, but... I don't know. I guess we can
word.
see what'll happen.
Pickle weasel.
They might trust you. I mean, they must trust you, otherwise they wouldn't have given you that power.
I don't know why.
But I would say a good bet is to use that word on the great adversary or the master, one of the two.
Oh, yeah, he said that's who we needed. Okay, we needed to destroy the chrysalis and the master. That's what he said.
Well, one begets the other almost.
Yeah.
It depends on when we go. But I'm going to write down this word. Just don't say it until you feel Like, this is the time to say it. Maybe
How do we know if that's the right word, though?
I don't know if it even matters what the word is, so long as you're, like, let this word be the channel word you use to cast this.
Okay.
So it'll let you concentrate, and then you'll say it, and then your body will know that you're using Ela's voice or something.
Oh, man, I hope it's not a word I use a lot.
It's not. And then
Daffodil.
I
Bite my shiny daffodil ass.
does anyone have parchment or something? And a quill?
Yeah, I do. Remember?
No, I don't remember.
It's been a while since I wrote a song.
Okay, thank you,
She also
Pinwin.
has
There you go.
glow-in-the-dark paint.
And chalk.
And then
Can't forget chalk.
in chalk I write, and then it wipes off in his pocket. No, I write out the word vacata on the slip of paper, and I give it to Pinwin.
Avocado. Vacata.
I'd like 2 vacatas, please.
What is this fakakta word?
Now, don't read it out loud.
Okay. Wow. And I can't say any other. Well, it's good that I only have one word, because if I said more than one word, then I destroy the plane that we're on. And if I don't know any other words, it's not like I'm going to say it more than once.
The fact that you're saying all these words is making me very trepidatious. What happened to everybody else? Willem, what happened to you?
Well,
I murdered Gorbel's mom.
I was met with a memory of Gorbel's mom, similar to how we've been interacting with Mandoran.
Insight check.
Wait. Why did she visit you?
23.
She said that if... Sorry, go ahead.
What are you trying to check?
If he's bullshitting about it being a memory and not the actual version of her that's real.
Because you would know to check for that, you metagaming piece of shit.
I would say that would be a weird thing to do right now.
Okay.
You better give a piece of shit.
You thinking the traitor's Willem? Are you thinking the traitor's Willem?
No, I'm thinking that Gorbel deserves to know that he destroyed
Bill,
his
you
mother.
wouldn't do that.
Anyway.
Obviously, it's not Willem.
Also
we
metagaming
know.
Jesus Christ.
You guys don't know about the traitor yet.
No, we don't. Sorry. Continue.
Traitor.
I stabbed myself in the brain with
Only
it.
a traitor would kill Gorbel's mom and lie about it.
I swallow the necklace and Mandoran's memory and stab myself through the head with an arrow.
And that's that, guys.
Bye.
Pinwin
Sad
accidentally
ending.
speaks a
You
command
see-
word and then we all die.
you see the Buster Sword and it says continue.
All right. I met with a memory of Gorbel's mother. She said that she couldn't bring you or any of the others because it would fuck up the balance of the universe, essentially.
Okay. That doesn't
don't
make
know.
any sense.
It doesn't make any sense to me either. Essentially something about because I'm the only one that exists only in this timeline because you guys all have evil doppelgangers in the other universes. I didn't ask too many questions about them. It's over my head.
It's above my pay grade.
It's above my pay grade. Can do over this shit. First, one of the things that she said was that she was bestowed a vision of somebody close to us betraying us. She wasn't able to tell me who, what they looked like, where or when they would betray us, but evidently somebody, quote unquote, close to us is going to betray us.
What fucking good does that do us?
Uh-huh. And
Is
then,
it one of us?
probably. Knives out. Fucking got ourselves a standoff here. She did say that we have to find the Raven Ring that Tomar tried to recreate. And
The one that's with her stag?
Oh.
exactly. we're going to have to
Fuck, no.
go.
Well, Gorbel,
fishing
you
around in
swept that
Hersted's
up, right? You
ashes.
got the ring, right?
You know I don't do sweeping.
Who cleaned up the pyre afterwards?
I don't know. I told some gnome to do it.
I spent the next 2 days wallowing in misery. So
Well, we
You guys
spread
told
the
me to
ashes.
sweep it up, and I was like, I'm not fucking doing that. So I told some gnome, I don't remember his name. He was small. I think had a beard, maybe.
didn't we put some of Herstag's ashes at the base of New Leothandria, right? Outside
Yes.
of town?
Was there a
Exactly.
ring in those ashes?
Who knows?
Maybe not,
We're
but
gonna have to
maybe
look.
maybe Leothandria could enlighten us on where it might be.
I don't
Or
know
even
how to talk to
Mandorin.
her.
Mandorin might. You said you had a memory of him, or did you say that yet?
Not yet.
Shit. Full of thought.
Just shut the fuck up, everyone. Let the man speak.
Yeah, but we have to interject with our natural reaction.
That's true.
Which I did not do just now. But
You metagaming piece of shit.
now Lindsey just needs to say it, and then we have a full circle.
Get Ori to say it.
Yeah,
Can't worry to say first words.
That's a metagaming piece of shit.
He's my son, all right.
Then I punt him off a roof. Don't do that for real, people. Anyway,
In what
feel
scenario are you climbing onto a roof?
That's true.
if I'm already there, there's like a roof party. Like it's one of those roofs that has access to an apartment.
Fast forward.
That's the kind of roof I'm imagining. in this area.
37 years in the future,
Yeah.
Tomas is trying to kick Ori off a roof.
It's,
But he's 37.
yeah. The size of me.
He just pushes your foot down. No.
Yeah. It's
Neo's your foot. Just,
it's just the roof from How I Met Your Mother. That's what it is. That's what I was thinking. Sorry, Willem, go on.
I feel like at this point we need a you metagaming piece of shit shirt. You metagaming piece of shirt.
Yeah.
Only for
yeah,
Tomas.
nice.
I will buy that shirt.
For Tomas.
Yeah. I think a lot of people would buy that shirt now that I think about it.
Yeah.
Or
because
it's instead of
it works outside of
Yeah.
the podcast.
Right.
or instead of shirt, the eye is the one on a D20.
Ah.
I don't know. We'll workshop it. We'll work shirt it. Anyway, Willem, what were you talking about?
We'll work short bit. So we have to find Herstag's ashes to root through them to find the ring. She said that
Nice tree
it's
pun.
important. Mm-hmm. And she had also mentioned that she was a student at the Tower of Wisdom.
When?
She didn't say. But she did say that her master at the Tower of Wisdom was actually the master in disguise.
So does that mean
Benelok?
Benelok.
like all wizards are bad?
Oh no.
I don't think so because, well, so this first one here isn't evidence to the contrary, per se, but she said Aro was there with her, as well as Mandorin, and that Benelok was going by the name Oceanbinder,
Oh fuck.
Ocean.
and that there was another
Wait.
student there named Delane Oceanbinder.
Oh, there was another ocean binder?
That's what she said.
Wait, do you know an ocean binder?
There was one at the Tower of Wisdom. I'm pretty sure they were. I thought.
Yeah.
That's what I just said.
No, for when I went there.
I know.
When
When
I
you
went
went-
there. When I went there.
You and Gorbel went.
When I was in the ethereal plane.
Fuck, this is something I should have remembered.
He's also the one who sent the gem from Mandorin to you, Tomar, if you'll recall.
I thought Mandorin showed up and handed me it.
No, it was actually Delane Oceanbinder. He sent it in a chest, like a little chest that you opened up.
Motherfucker.
But yeah, of course,
Hold
they were
on.
up to fuckery.
Shut up. Hold on.
Was that the rocking
Shut
chair
up.
dude?
Shut up.
Yes, the rocking chair dude.
Wait,
He-
rocking chair dude.
I remember
Refresh my
him.
memory.
Okay, so Delane Oceanbinder, for the people on this
was
wasn't on the
fun.
podcast, so he had his own. He was a instructor at the Tower of Wisdom, and he was able to. He was sitting in a rocking chair, and it was floating. Everything in his office was floating.
Oh yeah.
He was also the one who told you guys originally about Mandorin after Aro told you to find him.
So is he a bad guy?
That's very possible.
That sucks. He seemed fun.
But also, he's the one who gave me the stone that took me to the ethereal plane and banished me.
What?
That's not a cool move.
The floaty rocking chair guy gave you this stone?
But it may have been the master
And
the
he
whole
also-
time.
He also could have been controlled by the master.
The whole time. The whole time.
Because we don't know that the fish was controlled by him. But
Continue, Willem.
I'm a metagame.
Shut up, Seth. We're talking here. I'm thinking. My whole world is turned upside down right at this moment. I'm thinking, was I meant to go to the ethereal plane? Were they trying to stop me in some way from doing something else by sending me to the ethereal plane? There's a bunch of different shit going on. But, I mean, we have that word. We have my knowledge of the great adversary. I don't know. I lost a year of my life there, and I feel weird about this news. But who else? What? I'm sorry. Continue, Willem.
There was some general fuckery, as per usual, when it comes to these magic users. And long story short, it sounds like the master basically turned your mother into a vampire, Gorbel.
Wait, Okay, I need to know when that happened.
When did that
Like,
happen?
was she a vampire when she had me?
When did that happen?
She said that before it took hold, that's when she made that plane to stop it from happening. So
Yeah, no. But when was she at the Tower of Wisdom?
that would have
didn't
been
ask.
before. Yeah, but
It's not your fault.
yeah, we don't know.
Okay. I don't know.
Can
But
we inspect Gorbel's blood to see if she's some sort of weird vampire royal blood having
that'd be fun.
wolf blood blade wielding super Castlevania character?
I've never been friends with a vampire
That's because they're usually evil, Pinwin.
that we've met.
I mean, statistically,
There might be one friendly vampire.
they don't have souls, Pinwin.
Are
what
you
if it's
sure?
if it's the contingent on the knowledge that you're a vampire that makes you evil? What if you don't know if you're a vampire and then you're not evil?
Accidentally
The nuh-uh
vampire.
clause, yes. I'm familiar.
The nuh clause. Wait a minute.
The whole time.
So is she okay?
No.
Like now?
Is she okay?
I mean, we just saw her.
She's a bit vampy.
That was in the past. You understand that, right, Gorbel?
No, we just saw her in her blue orb showing up.
That's true. We did.
And you think that that's a form that somebody that's okay takes?
If they're sending a message, maybe.
I mean, it wasn't a red orb.
Your dad is a fucking stone right now, Willem.
And he's not okay,
Ooh.
right?
I mean, he's still pretty okay in my book.
What else
He's
did
fucking dead.
What else did she say? Did she give you any more information, or
So she wants you to have this, Gorbel.
And he
And I
holds
hand her
out.
the necklace.
You see that it has a raven symbol on it.
does it look
Does it-
familiar? Sorry.
Does it work the same way as the ring?
She did not say. But she wanted you to know that she's sorry and that she's very proud of you.
Wait, what is she sorry for?
For having left like she did.
So did she not get sick and die, or?
Rather than letting the vampirism take her over, she decided to destroy herself.
What the fuck?
How did she destroy herself?
She didn't say. That wasn't part of the memory.
That's weird. No.
I mean, I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to do with this necklace or any of that information.
Well, what does anybody do with the necklace?
I mean,
It's kind of cool.
there's kind of a lot of things you can do. You can wear it, you can chew on it, you can spin it in the air.
She told you what it did, didn't
like
she?
that.
Yes.
She puts the necklace on, and Gorbel, you hear a whisper in your ear that sounds like your mother's voice. Forward or backward?
I think to myself, am I supposed to answer that right now?
Tell me when the time is right.
Oh shit, do you have a time turner?
She did say that to you.
Yeah, 3 charges.
Okay.
Or I think Willem's keeping it close to his chest.
That seems like really important information to say.
He
to
also
somebody.
didn't say that she was under the master's control, did he?
I think he's keeping that close to his chest.
Willem, what the fuck are you doing?
Maybe Willem is.
Nothing that you know of.
You metagame a piece of shit.
You metagaming piece of shirt.
Did she say anything else? Anything like about my dad? About anyone else in my family?
Not that I recall. No.
Anything else about this traitor?
She said in the vision she saw some people, but she didn't think that they were the betrayers. Evidently, there was a person with long hair who had a snake. There's a person with
Gary.
curly straw-colored hair. They were tall and thin.
Who's that?
The
That was
Rant and
about
Zyko?
it.
Oh, Zyko. Right.
So, that spirit, before we talk to the moons, they said we needed, or somebody did, I don't remember who said it, but somebody said we needed to gather up all of our friends and our allies who we've met along the way, even the ones that we might have let fall to the wayside, because we're going to need them. But
But not all of them, because one of them might betray us.
Yeah, that sounds like a good way to get killed
maybe
by
no,
a traitor.
But maybe knowing that there is a traitor, we need to bring the allies together so we can weed out the traitor. Maybe the traitor isn't even in Wolves Rest necessarily. They might be doing something outside that we could be preventing them from doing if we bring them to us. We'll be much less likely to be destroyed knowing now there is a traitor.
True. But we have very few people we can trust right now.
So you're saying kill them all.
It's treason, then.
Well, we should probably tell you guys about what we saw. Gorbel and I were brought to the father's plane.
It's Lewin's plane now. We can call it that. We can call it that, right?
I
You
suppose.
saw
you see
Lewin?
Lewin?
Yeah, we saw Lewin. She was being kind of cagey, a little confused. I don't know.
I don't even know. Well, she didn't call us there. Someone else sent us there. So I don't think she was really. I think we caught her at a bad time or something. Wasn't super prepared.
She did this weird stuff with these runes. Apparently we're the only people that can use them or roll them. Well, they're the bone. This is a big bone. Big head-sized bone.
Hey, you know what? I actually forgot to tell you something about the runes.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're all part of the Enclave rune.
That doesn't sound familiar.
Well,
Is
that's
does
that one
that
of the
mean?
runes
What I
that
was
you guys
told.
saw?
Nah, man.
And, yep. And we have to find the runes. That's what they said, and that we're part of the Enclave runes. And before, in the other timelines, I was never part of the Enclave runes. But in this one, I am. And you all are the Enclave rooms, and we're all the Enclave rooms.
You said we have to find the runes?
Uh-huh.
You're saying runes, right?
Yes. Runes.
You're leaving out a specific thing.
What am I leaving out?
That they're supposed to match the people. There's people that match.
Right. Oh, and
I remembered another thing.
Yeah, another thing. So, all of the runes we're supposed to match them to people.
What do you mean?
We're supposed to match them to people. And I don't know.
You mean like the runes that we rolled?
I don't
With
know.
the
It
bones?
really didn't make sense to me. I just kind of was like taking it all in and like, okay.
What do we do
It
when
was a
we
lot.
find them?
Was that said? My comprehension's bad.
Was that said?
No, not necessarily.
We just gotta find them for some reason.
No, we just.
They'll help you basically. That they are keys to getting to the end the proper way.
All right.
Okay, so yeah, I think we just have to find them because that'll help us do what we need to do.
All right. Well, I'm gonna read them off, and then you guys tell me if they sound familiar.
Wait, I want
Okay.
to read. I want to do the ones that I did.
All right. Go first.
Okay, so I rolled first because Lewin asked me to. And I rolled the namesake rune. And son of a bitch.
I had it ready, but
I had it ready too, but then I was talking. So, always the herald of the Enclave, which you mentioned. They will be the fated form that one borrows the names of, and their name or unique traits borrowed.
you don't have the whole thing. The beginning of it was the glorious crown of the elven sonnets, namesake
but,
of
like,
the first
whatever.
elves. That might be the important part. Does that sound
But I
familiar
was
to
like-
anybody?
But we didn't get like these written down, so I was just paraphrasing.
Well, we shouldn't paraphrase because it's the information that
Yeah,
they...
Willem, we shouldn't paraphrase.
You metagaming
Metagaming
piece
piece of
shit.
Well, this feels metagamey if we are just reading it.
You're recalling it.
Okay.
You have perfect memory in this moment.
Like, if we were there and this shit was actually happening to us and the fate of the world and the multiverse was on our shoulders, we'd probably pay slightly more attention than...
We'd pay attention, but you'd still paraphrase. There's a lot of adrenaline pumping, man.
I mean, in reality, I would have just asked them to repeat until I could write it down. So...
Right, what'd you say again? Just that last part. Just run it back for me.
Namesake of the first house, always a hero. Okay. Right.
Making up mnemonic devices.
Yeah.
Namesake of the house.
Glorious crown of the elven sonnets. That seems like maybe half-elf royalty.
Wait, so are these supposed to...
Always a herald of the Enclave. We are the Enclave, according to Pinwin.
And these are supposed to be assigned to us?
No. Pinwin said that... Erulon said, we have to find these people. Are they just on the material plane, or...
I have no idea. But do you think the Enclave rune
He
does...
said they could be in multiple places.
Oh.
God
so-
damn it.
Oh. Yeah.
A lot going on for Pinwin.
Yeah. Sorry. No, actually, yeah, he said they can be in multiple places. I'm sorry. It was a lot. I don't know why he told me. I mean, I did ask
This is
the
actually why I've
question.
always been terrified of being the one that would receive like prophecy or something, because I would immediately be like, fuck, what did they say? Hark the Herald. Oh, fuck, I don't remember. Fucking.
Maybe Erulon's a traitor because he trusted Pinwin in general.
He gave Pinwin the nuke codes.
Yeah.
So do you think the Enclave rune, is that like a club, like fitness club, but with all of us?
Yeah, but way more
Like
important.
fitness, huh?
Can we focus on these runes, guys? 'Cause-
Yeah, go ahead. It's your turn.
Well, we should talk about the first rune while we're on the first rune, because right now I don't know what it means. The glorious crown of the elven sonnets, namesake of the first elves. Who are the first elves?
Do we know elves? Hey, Durant's an elf.
Always a herald of the
Is he a
Enclave.
half-elf?
They'll be the fated form that one borrows the names of, and their name or unique traits borrowed. What the fuck backwards talk bullshit is that?
They're talking about Valtel?
Are we the Enclave? We just the four of us?
We're the Enclave.
Or are there more involved in the Enclave?
There's possibly more involved in the Enclave, but we are part of the Enclave.
We're the cool club.
Your mom doesn't happen to be a descendant of Valtel, does she, Willem?
My mom?
Yeah, you're the only elf here in any capacity.
All of
Jesus.
them were elven. All of these runes were about elves, weren't they?
No, not necessarily. Your second one wasn't. Anyway, listen to this one. The Battle Mines rune.
Dog army. What do you think that means? That's a Fraser deep cut for you.
The twins. All right, I feel like that's a pretty big sign there.
I don't know any twins.
In the elven lore were two songs. What was it? Souls.
Souls.
So, sorry.
In the elven lore were two souls, bound as siblings, sometimes in blood, sometimes only in fate. They were two incredibly gifted tacticians. In the elven lore were two. So they're not necessarily elves.
Right.
The wording of that couldn't... I mean, it's according to elven lore, but they could just be siblings or twins.
Willem, give me a history check.
Why Willem? Can't we all do it?
Because he's an elf, motherfucker.
Yeah, but we all grew up in the same spot.
And he might be a traitor.
I'm a traitorous fucking elf.
Roll for traitor.
Oh, 20.
What am I rolling? History? Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. So that yields an 18 plus...
I wish we were just smart enough to know.
These kind of feel like horoscopes.
Yeah, they do. Sorry about the nursing, guys. Hopefully
23.
next time that won't have to happen.
That's okay. 23? Okay, you in the recesses of your mind, when you hear runes and all this stuff and elven lore, you have heard that there is in the elven mythology and lore select people chosen by fate who are called runes, and they aren't necessarily elven, though the lore and likely the manifestation of how to access these runes is elven. But that's about all that you remember. But you do remember that those chosen by fate do not have to be elven.
Could the namesake rune be a bad person?
Absolutely. I mean,
I
there's
don't-
no reason to think that they couldn't. They don't
I don't
have
think
to
it's
be...
necessarily a bad person.
Always a herald of the Enclave, they will be the fated form that one borrows the names of, and their name or unique traits borrowed. I know that Calcifer is a borrowed name.
Yep.
I don't know. Okay. What was your next one, Gorbel?
The Shade Rune. The Shade bears the ability to jump from shadow to shadow. The one who bears this rune is doomed to never hold true form.
Does that mean someone who can't not be invisible?
That sounds sort of like Willem
It
with
does.
his weird abilities he's been getting.
Right.
But then would that mean he couldn't be visible again? That sucks.
When we've located a rune, will they blink a certain color to confirm that we've located the rune, or are we just gonna assume they're all runes and throw them into a bowl and stir them?
At least if it is, Willem will smell
Yeah,
him.
it's like a swingers party. We just throw all the runes into a fishbowl and see who gets what.
I don't know. What other shadowy people do we know? Or have known?
Well, there's the wolf.
I feel like shadow is a metaphor for like disguise, not necessarily like a literal shadow.
Well, he's not literally a shadow. He's a wolf. It's his name.
I'm
They're
gonna go cut my own penis off and bleed to death in the bathtub.
So we all currently don't know that Gorbel's necklace travels in time, right?
Correct.
God damn it. What if these people are also in different time periods?
Are we Bill and
They could
Tedding?
be.
I mean, I don't even know what time we are now.
How will we? I really don't know how we know if we find them.
That's true. We're fucked.
And fucking Lewin would not give us any hints.
or any
Yeah,
time,
Lindsey.
or
Your
any
mom
time to
wasn't super.
ask.
Yeah, your mom wasn't super forthcoming with a bunch of helpful information either.
Really, it felt like you were gone for a long time.
We were gone the same amount of
Yeah,
time.
you guys were all gone about the same amount of time.
It felt like a long time.
The homeward rune. A glorious tree. I think that's a pretty big sign. In elven lore, the trees are home, and they are shelter. The one who bears this rune is typically someone that the principal rune can rely on above all else.
That's talking about Pinwin, right?
Well, I mean,
Or is it Leothandria?
right. It said a glorious tree. That was the
You're
first thing.
Yeah, but you're still thinking so literally about all of this.
Read it again.
I think the words are very important, though. A glorious
So
tree.
you think Leothandria is just who we're supposed to recruit?
Is recruit the right word? Is that even what they said,
Leothandria is
Pinwin?
extremely powerful.
Is that what they said, Pinwin? That we need to recruit them? Are we forming a posse?
They said find them and match them to a person,
A person?
right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What constitutes a person?
Well, there's 4 runes, and there's 4 of us. So I would assume... But you guys said that you selected these randomly, right? It was
Yeah,
all based
we
on...
rolled. It was a random roll.
Yeah.
And these don't.
So-
I don't think these all match with one of us.
I don't think so either. That's
'Cause
what I'm getting at.
I
Is they might not necessarily be for us 4, but
We know 2 pairs of siblings right now. Well, I mean, direct pairs of siblings. You and Lewin. Gorbel and me indirectly.
mm-hmm.
I don't know if I'd call either of us gifted tacticians necessarily. At least incredibly gifted ones. Bound as
I don't know
siblings.
that I would consider me and Lewin tacticians either.
No, not at all. Bound as siblings, sometimes in blood, sometimes only in fate. So this is telling me that there's been multiple runes throughout time.
This is a fucking horoscope type shit deal.
I don't know what that is, Gorbel.
All right.
So maybe there's multiple.
You know, when Erelon is in retrograde.
Exactly.
Waxing Neela. Waning Neff.
What we've all dreamt about.
So maybe there's multiple right answers here.
Depending on what time
When
we're
we
in.
are.
Pinwin, did they mention that it wasn't necessarily in this timeline or in this particular time setting?
No, he wasn't specific about that.
Okay. In that case, I wasn't sure if I should talk about it right away or not, just because I didn't know if it would be pertinent or dangerous. But Gorbel, the necklace your mom gave you allows you to fuck with time.
What?
Why would you think that would not be important for me to know? It is on my goddamn neck right now. There is a voice in my head saying forward or backward.
And you didn't answer it, right?
Obviously not.
Therein lies your answer.
That's a bullshit response.
That is a bullshit response.
Just because she didn't happen to say it doesn't mean that all is well and good. She easily could have fucked up
Is
everything.
all well and good currently?
I'm going to lean over to Gorbel and be like, this motherfucker's a traitor.
What's going on with this dude?
He's doing everything in his power to be like, yo, I'm a traitor. Fucking
It
kill me.
becomes that office scene where everyone has the finger guns out.
Why are you being so
yeah,
weird?
like Willem said earlier, knives out.
You're being so weird right now. I don't understand.
So wait, how does it fuck with time?
Well, it sounds...
Well, it asked you
I'm
forward
assuming-
or backward, right?
I'm assuming based on that, I can go either forward or backward, but what else is about it?
I touch the necklace and I identify it. Let's find out what
off
all the rules... Shut up, Gorbel. What are all the rules to this fucking thing?
Choking me.
No, I'm not. I'm clearly not. I'm touching the back of it.
It's a tight necklace.
Maybe if you didn't have such
It's
a
a
big neck.
joker. I got it from
was really
Claire's.
little, okay?
You identify it. It is a necklace that controls time. There's no official name to it, but it does. Your identification does specify that it is ancient, and its magic school is ? It has 3 charges remaining and allows someone to either go forward or backward in time, depending on what they specify.
Do I know if it's a round trip? Like each charge is
You know
forward
that
and
each
back?
each charge is one direction. It's a one-way trip.
Oh my fucking god, that's worthless.
Yikes.
That's worthless.
So really, you only get like 2, and then your last one has to be to get home.
Yeah, it better be.
We just forget and get lost in the past.
Shit. Oh man, that's tricky.
Can I-
Tricky dicky.
I am allowed to select a specific point in time, correct?
Seems like it, yeah.
Okay.
Based
Or
on the
it'd be to go
identification.
back and get somebody, bring them to our time, and then send them back.
Mandorin? But is he bad?
Yeah, but if you send them back, then you can't come back.
What?
You go back in time, you get the person, you come back to our time to bring them here. Then you go back to drop them off. That's 3 charges, homie. You're stuck there.
I said send them back with the necklace, fuckwad.
What if they can't even use the necklace?
Okay, I'll cut to the point. The identification, only Gorbel is able to use the necklace, and only Gorbel, she's able to transport anyone up to 8 people at a time with her to go back in time or forward in time, but she must go. That way there's no, like, can you send somebody? She has to go. She has to be the catalyst, basically.
Okay. My next question.
This is worthless.
My next question. Will telepathic bond hold up if I leave some people who I am bonded to telepathically and I travel in time?
Maybe if you cast it at a high enough level, but ooh, that's a tricky one.
There's
I
not
guess
a
you would have
rule-
to do it to find out.
I don't think time is a stipulation in that.
It's planes until a certain point, but
Man, that could get super fucked up.
That might require a certain level 9 spell.
You mean the kind that is super dangerous?
I
I'm
mean,
afraid to use?
as long as you're meddling with time anyway, we're in a dangerous spot.
I'm afraid to use wish because Seth names arcs things like consequences.
This is why I have trust issues.
Well, you took the spell, didn't you?
I did. I was naive.
Wolves in a dangerous space-time.
Ah!
Did you...
why did you sound like SpongeBob just now?
I got excited.
Did she give you anything else while you were with Gorbel's mom?
Herpes.
Okay.
No. Other than, not for her. She did have one last Mandoran memory, though.
Oh, well, that
he
could be
holds up the
really...
stone.
That could be really important.
Wait, shouldn't you watch that? Listen to? I don't know how you do that.
Yeah, I mean, it seemed like we had some stuff here to try and figure out, but if we're done with that, I can try and see what we got in here.
Maybe it'll give us some insight into what we're all debating.
With the runes.
This is kind of weird because the last one said that it was going to be the last one, and we kind of said our goodbyes. So it's kind of like walking to the stables in the same direction after you leave the tavern.
I've altered the deal.
Pray that I don't alter it further.
I mean, are you sure you were talking to Gorbel's mom and not the master? Because he could be sending you to the ethereal plane.
I'm not. But at the same time, she did indicate that she did a bunch of bad stuff under the control of the master.
That's exactly what the master would say.
That's what I thought too.
Is that why you killed her?
And that was
You
the third
monster.
time I got herpes.
All right, touch your head, man. I'm cool with you doing it.
All right. Well, here we go.
All right, Willem, you press the stone to your head, and suddenly your body feels like it's on fire. Your brain feels like it's been lanced. This is the most ungodly pain you've ever experienced in your entire life.
That's what you get, liar.
You cannot help but scream out in pain. This is the worst experience of your life. And you all watch as his body is engulfed in a red flame that climbs higher, higher and higher, and you can just hear him wailing. And the flame stops. The pain stops. There's no residual pain, Willem. And in your hands is a scroll. And on the scroll is written, Willem, your final spell. And that's where we're going to end for the night.
Whoa!
Oh, shit.
What does
Why
that
did
mean?
it have to hurt so bad?
What did he put on his head? I took my headphones off to get my
He
shirt
put the
on.
Mandoran memory. What does your final spell mean?
I think it's
He's
to
gonna
kill
get
you
it.
guys.
He's going to get an OP spell. Or it's to kill us.
I think
Maybe
it's
OP.
to kill you guys.
Well, he can't cast at 9th level, so he's fucked. I will kill you first, sir.
Yeah, trying to kill us, Willem.
All right.
I'll be casting at 69th level.
Hey, zing. All right. Why do you guys deserve 5 points of boon?
I don't know that I do.
You lied to us real good.
Trying.
That's
Lies of
I didn't
omish.
lie.
Lies of omish.
Yeah. Lied by omission.
yeah, okay. All
But
right.
I mean, I'm not really going to come back and be like, oh, hey, I killed your mom.
Oh, well, the truth will come out.
I mean, I would.
Maybe.
I would have. I would have said that.
I know you would have, and you would
I
have been
know
like,
you
and you
would've,
know,
you
Gorbel, I'm going to
dumb
be completely honest. I kind of enjoyed it.
Wait, he killed her mom?
He totally did.
When?
What do you mean when?
Oh, boy.
During that scene?
Yeah, he banished her to the sunlight plane. She's a vampire. She fucking
What was
totally
I
died.
doing?
I don't know.
Oh, man. I must have mentally
All right.
checked.
All right. Why do you guys deserve 5 points of boon?
Dealing with your bullshit. Your dumbass backwards wording.
Yeah, it's always confusing.
I hope that it will all make sense in the end.
I don't
but maybe
think
not.
it will. I really don't.
I mean,
'Cause those
I know-
runes,
I think pieces for sure will, and that'll be cool.
Yeah,
those
I
runes
don't
are too
know. I'm,
backwards to
Probably
understand.
to like Tomas.
Probably just because I'm tired tonight, but I'm leaning real hard towards fucking murder hobo. Just fucking off with prophecy and just being like, whatever, man. Let the apocalypse fucking wash over me. Exactly.
I mean, all these people that know so much, but only just enough to confuse you and not to give you enough useful information. Yeah.
I'm
I mean,
getting a little bit more and more, though.
yeah,
Not
but it's
really.
like fucking, it's like pulling teeth. Like there's no one person that knows enough stuff. And there's new stuff topped onto the other stuff.
Okay, next campaign, guys, I'll just have one guy who tells you everything right at the beginning, so you just don't have to
And
worry
that will
about
be
it.
our favorite guy.
Yeah, we'll love that
There
guy.
is a happy medium.
There is. There definitely is. Like there's
No.
there's so many random people.
You got to
then
put all the
there's
pieces together. That's all I'm saying.
just too much time.
Anyway.
Too much time has passed.
Fine.
Too many.
Anyway, none
too
of you
many
get 5 points of
COVID.
boon because you're
I don't think we're
mean.
getting booed, guys.
Now you guys can all have 5 points of boon. for
Get
putting
another
up with
boon.
my timey-wimey bullshit.
Yay.
All right. So now it's time for tonight's MVPC.
Boo.
That's right. Tonight's most valuable player character. You guys will vote on who you deserve. Who do you think deserves an extra 5 points of boon? So, just for the audience's sake, Willem is 1, Tomar is 2, Pinwin is 3, and Gorbel is 4. You will hold up the amount of fingers indicating your choice on the count of 3. Is everyone ready? 1, 2, 3, vote! Hold it up high. Okay. Okay. I can't see.
Hi.
Say something, Tomas.
Hey.
1.
Okay. So you guys both are holding up 1? Okay. And 3 and 1. All right. That's 3 votes for Willem and 1 vote for Pinwin. Willem, why'd you vote for Pinwin?
Yeah, why? He forgot everything.
I rolled a d4.
Oh, God damn it. That's chody.
Pinwin totally would have done that. He wouldn't come back together and be like, this is what happened, and tell you in like exact detail completely.
Yeah,
perfect.
convenience, whatever. You've put in your forgetfulness into your backstory.
I did. It's fine.
It's very convenient.
Forgetful, metagaming piece of shirt.
Gorbel, why'd you vote for Willem?
Well, I was all prepared with some real sassy reactions, and he took the wind out of my sails. Which, I mean, I appreciate it. But yeah, I did kind of. I'm interested and curious about why he's withholding so much information.
Yep.
So he piqued my interest in this episode.
Okay. Pinwin, why'd you vote for Willem?
Yeah, that was pretty fun. Him being all secretive and shitty, and just kidding. But yeah, secretive for sure. And the flamey thing, 'cause that'd suck.
He didn't do that.
I don't know. Well, it happened to him.
I mean,
so-
he did choose to do that.
Yeah. So that was the thing. That was cool. Yeah.
And Tomar, why'd you vote for Willem?
I don't know if it's so much an ulterior motive as it is just a really flawed human choice to not say that information. There's probably a lot of guilt there. And I think it's an interesting choice for a character. Like, I feel like I would have chosen to tell Gorbel, not so much because, probably because I just would feel automatically like, oh, this thing happened, so I should relay this information. Like, he took it a step further and was like, how would Willem react to doing this, and would he say something? And I think he made the right character choice, as much as I hate him for it.
All right. That means tonight's MVPC is Willem Valtel.
The traitor.
Take your 5 points of boon. And also, Willem, for being deceptive with your friends, you get a extra 5 points of
Whoa.
skill added to your deception.
Whoa.
You're setting a dangerous precedent here.
Shit.
Everybody's level 20. What else are you going to do?
I mean, for the future.
Well, I mean, it's at my, at my discretion, so.
Who
It's
all got
35 for a boon, right?
boons?
Yes.
Sweet. I have another boon.
You receive the boon of the traitor.
The boon.
So who else? Did anybody else get another boon other than you two?
No.
All right, let me see here.
I just got one, so.
I'm real proud of you.
I'm at 25.
Yeah, you're already working on your 4th, aren't you,
Yeah.
Tomar?
Okay, Willem, you gain the boon of proficiency. You now have proficiency in all skills.
What the fuck?
What? You can't do that to our trader. That's not fair.
Why are you so fucking dedicated?
I'm just
to
kidding.
This?
It's a running joke now. I hope that's not true.
It's just
That
a really
sucks.
inconvenient time to be suspicious when they're
But I'm
talking
not
about.
suspicious to you because you don't know that.
I know, well, but we're suspicious as people.
You
towards
shouldn't be.
Yeah.
He just feels bad about killing his best friend's mom
I don't know why.
at her behest.
Well, Well, you're gonna feel worse when I find out.
Like, what if, let's say, what if my mom was on a fucking ventilator in the hospital, and for some reason she asked you to come visit her, and she asks you to pull the plug. And then you're just going to be like, Billy, I killed your mom.
Yeah, but I would also take a video of it so I could show you.
Well, in real life, there's like legal ramifications, and a real person with the sign off has to be able to pull the plug, so she couldn't pull the plug. It'd have to be you, again, murdering another mother.
Not
Will he stop?
Will this blood spree end?
Stipulations. Like, what if, like, it wasn't, like, on the books that she pulled the plug, and she was offering her something, like, Gorbel's
What
mom
hospital
did to
are
me.
you?
Then you're literally
committing.
committing. You're committing literal murder. Then, even though the intentions are pure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gorbel, you get the boon of speed. Your speed will increase by 30 feet.
That's stupid.
In
It
addition,
is.
you can use a bonus action to take the dash or disengage action. But once you do, you can't do so again until you finish a short rest. So you are very, very fast.
I already was.
Now you're
I know.
extra fast.
Now you're
Whoa.
like
You're
the fastest
lightning
person alive.
fast.
So
think
what
it's-
does that bring your speed to?
I think it's funny that with these boons, you're just
90.
leaning into our good things instead of like shoring up weaknesses we might have. It's like, fuck it, you're a superhuman.
But you're still an alcoholic.
You can run so fast the
are
world
not
bleeds.
wise at all.
Yeah. What does that bring your speed to?
You have the boon
90?
of literacy. You can now read.
So your speed is now 90, which means that your dash speed is 180, but that means you can do it twice if you don't do anything else. So you could dash up to, what is that, 360?
What do you mean twice if you don't do anything else?
You could do a bonus dash, and then you could dash again. As a bonus action, you can dash
Or disengage.
or disengage. So you could dash as a bonus action, then do your actual dash, and then you could, be at the end of your turn if you needed to get somewhere real quick.
So if you ever need to go 360 feet in one round, I don't know why that would ever happen, but
It hasn't happened yet.
yeah. But when it does,
I'm
Get to
ready.
that bomb real quick.
yeah.
Well, I hope I'm
gotta
ready.
poop, gotta poop.
Hopefully, I've had a short rest.
You gotta move. I gotta poop.
Well, I mean,
All
you can
right.
still move afterwards. You just can't do that super run again.
Until a short rest, yeah. It's like just extra burst of speed. All right, I think that's it for tonight, guys. Thanks for all of you listeners. Thanks to Chad Pieper for that awesome intro song. Thanks to Adrian Von Ziegler for that beautiful background music. Thanks to you listeners. Thanks for checking out our social media. Please, if you feel it in your heart of hearts, leave us a review, especially on iTunes. A 5-star review if you really love us. And just keep on checking everything out, and please visit our Patreon and see if you are interested in making us warlocks. We have some cool tiers. We're adding bonus content for all of you listeners, and you can chat with us in the Discord, which we are now extremely active on. So definitely check that out and let us know if you see something in the tiers that you'd like to see, and that would keep you from or contribute to you donating.
We're currently working on a goal that after a certain amount of patrons, that Mika will finally join the Discord and actually communicate with people.
Well, I actually
You've
signed
unlocked
in.
Mika.
Yeah, because so far everyone but Mika has said something.
I'm sorry, it's new to me, and I'm nervous.
None of us know how to use Discord.
Most of what I say is just emoticon reactions.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good way to ease
Yeah.
into it. Dip my little emoji toes
Yeah,
in.
my toe is.
People have
dipping.
been clamoring for Gorbs and they get snow Gorbs. But if we get
Give
more,
the people what they want.
if we have more patrons, then she might just show her stupid face. Sorry.
Well, that's it, folks. Once again, thanks for listening. And I am your host and DM, Seth. And this is the D20 Syndicate podcast. where we go on adventures so you don't have to. Arrivederci!
Bye.
Vacada.
Stop saying Vacada.
Pinwin, no!
Those fine ass pixels.
Polygonal. So yeah,
Polygonal on me.
when you have multiple polygons.
Sex with pixels.
Pickles. I have sex with pickles. Man, quarantine has really started to affect your mind. You just see it sexy as pickle. What are you going to do about it?
And I put a Vlasic in my bum.
A prophylactic.
Oh.
I don't know. I'm sorry.
the
It's affecting me too.
Mascot a stork and sex and babies and storks.
Oh, yeah.
There's a
There's
joke
a joke
somewhere
there,
here.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hang
We're
on,
not
let me
smart
throw down
enough.
some road flares.
We are brought to you by our new sponsor, Vlasic.
Hungry Man dropped
Sorry,
this
Hungry
after
Man.
episode 4 because we stopped mentioning them.
It has been
Yeah.
a while since we have had a sponsor.
Yeah.
So if you guys want to sponsor us, let us know. I'm hoping for Porsche. If you want to go ahead and sponsor us, maybe BMW. Now would be a good time. I mean, I'm sure your sales are struggling without our support. So you sponsor us, we'll scratch your back or whatever.
That's a
You
campfire
have a
question for all of
scratchy dick.
us.
We're on comparable
we
tiers
would want to
to
sponsor.
Alfa Romeo, at least.
Ooh, Alfa Romeo. Arrrr.
Who do
What
I
about
want?
Alfred's
The sex
Mayo?
car.
People listening to this podcast are probably not driving in an Alfa Romeo. But if you are, post
Good on you.
Post Vlasic prolapse Danius
Prolapse.
in the comments.
Prolapsed
wherever that is.
Vlasic.
Yeah.
And then hashtag, God damn it, Argus. Hashtag, not that. Don't do that, please, God.
Hashtag God damn it, Argus.
It's gonna trend.
Give me 1 second, guys. I'm sorry. Argus is being annoying.
Okay. Well, we're talking about stupid shit. Not stupid shit. No, this is great shit. So I was watching. I didn't watch any of the actually
Frasier.
good cooking shows yet, but I watched. I don't know. Oh, Nailed It, and
Oh, yeah.
it's
I
not
only
as
watched
fun
one
because
episode.
they
Actual
can't be.
cooking show.
Yeah,
I
they
hate
can't be
her.
creative.
Yeah.
The host of that
I'm
show.
not a
You
fan.
hate Nicole Byer?
I hate her.
What?
I know.
You got a lot of strong
Yeah.
opinions about television personalities. Once again, I have to say
Sure
this.
does.
Just listening to her antics that she was doing in the show, I don't know who she is outside of the
That
show.
show sucks,
She was on
dude.
Brooklyn
But
Nine-Nine.
overhearing all the dumb shit she
Nine-Nine.
was saying, I'm like, I hate her, and I hope she chokes on it.
That
Whatever
show
it is.
sucks, and I hate you.
Okay, well, I'm gonna kick you in the sack next time I see you in a couple months.
Do it.
Wait out this apocalypse and boom,
Do it.
You're like, hey, it's good to see you. Oh, fuck.
right in the peach basket.
Do you
I mean,
remember?
really?
Do you remember our conversation?
I mean,
He probably won't, but he will.
if
when
we
he
get
gets
to that
the
point.
beans.
if we get to that point, though, won't it be kind of a positive thing because we'll be out of quarantine? So
Yeah, so he'll be happy to take one in the nugs. The dank
I hope it
yarnum
kills me.
nugs.
I hope it goes right to my brain and my brain explodes instantly.
my testicle ricochets throughout my body, hitting
my
all my vital
God.
organs.
The
And
irony.
then shoots out and gets trapped in your throat, Tomas. And then you choke to death.
He died from an aneurysm in his brain, in his balls.
He survived the
But his
pandemic,
brain
though.
exploded. Yeah, we know.
It defies science. But if you think about it, it makes sense.
Send a shockwave through the vas deferens.
And all the other deference.
But anyway, on Nailed It, there was this lady, and she had like a super fun voice, and she said the word because, like because,
Because.
because, and I was like, oh shit, Tomas, because.
So get ready for next
Foghorn
season of
Leghorn.
Next season of D20 Syndicate's gonna have her doing bacows all the time.
But then I can't say anything else because I don't remember. Like, I don't know. It doesn't
Why
connect.
did you do that?
Because.
Why'd you fireball the dentist?
Because.
Cow.
Or they're like, who are you?
Bacows.
Big cows.
Big hoss? Bacowas. Bacowas.
Becows.
Basically Groot. Like, it's Groot. But with big cows.
But you're bacowas.
All right.
All right. Let's
Yeah.
get started.
Glad I got to share that.
All right. It is time for tonight's Around the Campfire question.
Yay. Lindsey
Hold
just
on.
fucking dropped her phone so
That was the
inconveniently.
biggest fail.
It's in such a
That baby
bad
is out,
spot.
though.
Yeah, he is. He'll sleep on me for like a day.
He will.
Baby's night out.
Tomas just has that lovely chest, I guess, for
Because
babies.
I'm a Snorlax.
I've always held the opinion that Tomas has a wonderful chest.
I'm very jealous of that baby right now.
I thought you were going to say that chest.
That chest got me
Chest
jelly.
envy.
Chest
Chenvi.
I should sell like pillow molds of my chest.
And call it Chenvi.
Why?
Chest envy.
Because then everyone's envying not having the Chenvi. It's good.
Heard y'all envy.
Chenvi
Heard
sounds
y'all
like the
envy
next
about the Chenvi.
pandemic.
He's got the Gen V19.
He's got the Chenvi 23.
No, not the Chenvi.
Oh, man.
His pillowy bosom.
His downy boobs.
Downy boost feathers.
Actually, when I think of Chenvi, I think of like a car, but with like
Like a
Like a
rubbery,
Chevy.
like
We're
square
never
rubbery
going to record
wheels.
2 episodes.
Chenvi.
Move along.
Have you seen my Chenvi?
It's busted to shit, but it runs okay. I have to hit it with a hammer to get it to start, but whatever.
The Shade Room. The Shade bears the ability to jump from shadow to shadow. The one who bears this room is doomed to never hold a
Why are
true
you saying
form.
room? You're saying room with an M.
What? No, I'm not.
You absolutely are.
I said rune.
You said room twice.
Just say
The
it again.
first time
Just
I
say
was
it
like,
again.
oh, she might have said room, but then she said it the second
No.
time too, and I'm like, what
I
the
said
fuck?
rune.
I'm right
Rune.
there with you.
All right, let's try it again. I'm sorry, Lindsey.
Why would I read
I'm
room?
making
I
it
don't know why you would. But
I did
you
not read room.
Just read it.
It definitely sounded like room. We'll have you listen to it later. We have the tape to
The
roll.
Shade Rune. I'll do that again without spite. Hold the spite.
if you can.
When I was in the ethereal plane,
Here we go again.
Bragging about that.
My
The guy who almost went pro. I'm sorry, Tomar.
Go ahead, Tomar.
I'm sorry for shaming
It's
you.
so funny. I can feel the seething rage through the internet.
I'm just patiently waiting for you to continue. I mean, the longer you laugh like a fuckhead, the longer we have to record. So.
Okay, he's
there
getting
it is.
salty.
There it is. There it is. I could feel it.